The 3-time convicted murderess protested when the hairdresser cut her lustrous brunette hair nearly to the scalp, but otherwise was calm, even joking as she sat in old Sparky's lap for her execution at the Calcasieu Parish Courthouse. No saving call came from the governor, so the switch was thrown. The lights dimmed, then brightened, and the air reeked of burnt hair and her favorite perfume. It was November 28, 1942, and the cold-blooded celebrity killer Tony Joe Henry was dead at the age of 26, the only female in Louisiana ever to be executed in the electric chair. Imagine, then, the horror of the courthouse employees soon after the execution, when the lights inexplicably dimmed and brightened, and the smell of burnt hair and a disturbingly familiar perfume filled the room. Workers reported a woman's footsteps walking down empty corridors, a sultry voice murmuring words they couldn't quite make out, and, most alarming of all, a female screaming from the landing on the stairs. Doors mysteriously locked themselves in the middle of the day, and the electric rotating file machine for the parish records kept turning itself off, though the only way to do so was with a key. Even now, decades later, Tony Joe's ghost is still raising a ruckus in the Calcasieu Parish Courthouse, just as she did in life. Born Annie Beatrice McQuiston in 1916, she had a tough-as-nails reputation by her early teens. Her mother died when she was 4, and her aunt took her in. But there was no love in that house, and Annie ran away at the age of 13 and changed her name to Tony Joe. By 17, she was a cocaine addict, and her stunning brunette beauty and sparkling personality made her the favorite prostitute at the brothel where she worked. But anyone who got on her bad side felt her cold-hearted edge of her vindictive nature. She was arrested multiple times for assault and served time in jail for cutting off part of a man's ear with scissors. But one day, he strode into the brothel, Claude Cowboy Henry, a boxer and an enforcer for the mob. It was love at first sight for the both of them. Cowboy helped Tony Joe to kick her cocaine habit and leave prostitution, and they got married. For a time they were happy, but then he got arrested for killing a policeman some years back. Tony Joe and her friend Harold Burks hitchhiked to Huntsville Prison in Texas, determined to break Cowboy out. They failed, infuriating Tony Joe. On their way home, a car salesman named J.P. Crowley offered them a ride, and the two repaid his kindness with pure evil. Greedy for his car, cash, and nice clothes, they forced the poor man to strip naked, then tortured him. As he begged for his life, Tony Joe cold-bloodedly shot him right between the eyes. They left the mangled body in a ditch, then drove to a bar where they drunkenly bragged about the awful deed. The police were called, and they were promptly arrested. Both claimed the other one pulled the trigger, so the courts simply sentenced them both to hang. Tony Joe's lawyer appealed for the conviction. A second trial was held. Once again, her sentence was the death by hanging. They appealed again, got a third trial. This time the sentence was changed, death by Louisiana's new electric chair. Her lawyers almost got a fourth trial in for her, but the courts had had enough. During her imprisonment, Tony Joe became a national celebrity. So young, so beautiful, yet so deadly and scornfully unrepentant. The public was fascinated. The prestige allowed Tony Jo unusual privileges, including keeping a pet dog in her cell, getting long-distance phone calls, and even a visit from Cowboy from Huntsville prison, and the use of her own hairdresser on her execution day instead of the jail barber. Within 10 years, Cowboy would join her in death. Today, you don't need psychic abilities to sense that something is not quite right at the Calcasieu Parish Courthouse. Just visit the magnificent Italianate building with its solid copper dome, and you'll feel it, a creepy prickling of tiny hairs on the back of your neck, as if electricity current rides the humid bayou air, murmuring sultry words you can't quite make out, and carrying the faintest scent of vintage perfume and burnt hair. Once again, just like in the other episodes, I have been reading the information they gave me with the village. I don't know if any of it's true. I didn't research this. I'm just reading what they gave me. I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay creepy.